back to the numbers game, James Harden. So recently Marc Stein said on his podcast that a Eastern Conference executive told him that Harden, his status as a max alpha player in this league is over. He can't produce wins. He can get numbers. He can help a team, but he's not a max player anymore. You can't justify it paying him the max. And then also Stephen A. Smith said that there was kind of on today's First Take show, he said that pretty much when Harden left Houston, he kind of had a handshake deal with Fertitta, saying that pretty much let me go try to chase the ring for the next few years, but when I want to come back, we'll try to make it work for you. But he said that Houston's not offering him any more than 2 years. 2 years is the max they're going to offer him, so they're not giving him a long-term deal that he wants. So that's also out there as well. But what do you guys think about this Eastern Conference executive's quote about this? And what is the likelihood that this is Morey that said this to get a cheaper deal out of James Harden?
Morey got the burner account?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to look at Stein.
We already have the burner accounts and all that stuff. Then we go.
We're going to look at Stein's phone log, and it's going to be Daryl Morey, Morey's phone call right before that article came out.
Man, look, man, I don't put anything past this whole. Do I think it was Daryl Morey? I hope not. Would I be surprised if it was? Not at all.
Hey, man, if it saves him $5 or $10 million a year, he'll absolutely send that text out.
Man, I think with James, he's your number 2 option. On some nights, he's number 3. On a few, he's number 1. Yeah, that's typically not a max player anymore, based on what's expected from him. But there's been guys that get max money, their maximum, that did comparable to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Are you paying James for right now, or in the future? Or are you paying him for what he's done?
Yeah.
What's his max, Teja?
4-210. If we sign him,
yes,
4 for 210. So 52.5.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for Morey to do that. Just because he'll be 38, 39 when it's over.
He's 33 right now, so yeah, 4 years, 37.
37.
But I think he might be turning 34 with this.
That's what I'm saying. What age will he be during the season? 34?
I think he'd be 38 going to that year. Or in that season, last season.
In that last season. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he turned 34 in August, so yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he'll be turning. That's and a lot of people I know that when they changed that rule that was in place when a couple of years ago, when how Chris and Paul and those guys were able to get those contracts at an older age, they changed that rule. I think it's going to be tough. I think it's tough because I don't think that teams will commit 4 years to James. So I don't know if James will have the leverage. I think Houston comes into play because we all know Houston would like to have him back. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that Stephen A's correct or incorrect, but I've said it before. It's going to come down to the years with James. That's what it's going to come down to. And I think his decision on where he goes or what he does will be based on that. I mean, do you give him a max for 2 years? Give him less for 4? I don't have to make that decision, and I'm happy about that right now. But they get paid the big bucks to make those decisions, and ownership has to okay it. You just have to convince them of why or why not.
So speaking on that, I read a pretty popular Houston account on Twitter. He said a few days ago, heard mixed things. The general themes I've heard are Harden does not have a max offer on the table. Harden wants to go back to Houston as his first choice, and the Rockets are not as enthusiastic about the reunion as he is. So with all these reports, it's funny that his leverage with Houston every day and every week with all these new reports are just lowering that, actually. Because it started around Christmas when we first heard that report about him in Houston. Then we were like, what the hell is this coming from? That's when the seed kind of got planted, and then it sprouted, but now it's starting to kind of die off a little bit. Now you're hearing Stephen A. pretty much putting his like sources clout on the line when he said that, by the way. Because after that, he said, I know a lot more than I usually speak on. So he was kind of...
He said that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. After he said this, he said, mind you, I know a lot more. I've been reporting on the NBA for a long, long time. I know a lot more than I actually speak on. And I've also heard he's friendly with Fertitta. So doesn't shock me at all if he's...
Yeah, I also think with them hiring Ime, I think he could have some say in it and say in the direction. The direction. Are they just going to go young and get a couple veterans to fill in around those guys? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I heard everyone's doing trade scenarios of them getting another star. I heard they want a second. If they did get Harden, they want a second guy with him. So giving him $50 million doesn't really help them do that. So it's like, even if they get him, they want a deal too. It's like,
I'm not. Yeah,
it's not only Philly that wants to do that. If they want to get, I've seen trades with, getting Cat for Houston.
Yeah, I'm interested. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. We'll see.
But I think he's a great point guard. I don't know if he's a top 10, 15 player anymore, and he's not. But that's what that contract he wants is. It's top like 10 money. So I know we always talk about player performance.
What you can get is what you can get.
Yeah, no. We've had that conversation a lot.
Yeah, what you can get is what they're willing to give you is what you're worth. But
with this new CBA stuff too, it's just bad timing for James, really.
What they're willing to give you is what you're worth. Whether we think it or not we. Yeah. Whether Teja think it or not.
But hey, I gotta say, all these news reports coming out, Stephen A., this dude, it's good for bringing that. It sounds like it's bringing the years and or price down for whoever gets him in the.
All I know is we'll find out. Pretty soon.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess we'll see on this.
Do you think after all this kind of talk, let's say the offers are like Chris Paulish, like $30 million, right? 2 years, third year team option. Do you think there's a chance, because he hasn't opted out yet, there's a chance he opts in?
Yeah.
You think he can do it for just one more year?
Yeah, I think there's a chance, but I don't think he will. Because I think he'll if James goes out in the market and his agent puts out that he's willing to take less, there'll be a lot more people coming after him.
Yeah.
So I believe if he takes less, his options go up, and all of a sudden you make a decision. He knows the Sixers have, like I said, they have his bird rights, so he can make the most there.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to make the most outside of there is to do a sign and trade with your bird rights. That's how you maximize your contract.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that he goes out on his own and sign. That's where the Houston thing comes in, because they could probably do it.
Yeah, it made the most sense. It was definitely the best leverage play by him, Houston. Yes. It was a great card to play. They started that early.
Yeah.
December they started that.
I said it back then. Like, I think this is a leverage play, but we'll see.
6-month leverage play. Well done.
Yeah, we'll see.
If he opts in, if that does happen, what would that put us cap wise? I mean, would that be good for us, or would that
technically it's on our cap right now until he opts out? So that's already baked in, really.
Okay.
Yeah. You just got the years behind it you have to add.
Yeah. So right now it's already baked in. We would just need to figure out, at that point, we would just turn our sights to Tobias and figuring that out.
That could be an interesting route to go. We'll see. 10 days from today is the NBA draft, so we're getting close to like the real deal Holyfield, the good stuff coming. Like I can't wait.
I keep reading reports there's going to be just a massive, because of the lack of money out there and because of the uncertainty behind the new restrictions, there's just going to be a massive amount of trades. So
yeah, and apparently the Sixers are interested in maybe trading into like the mid-second rounds to get in. Apparently we're very interested in Emily Bates. Eric, you a fan?
I'm not familiar with this game, but
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right. He's an Eastern Michigan guy. I believe he transferred from. Was he? I think he was.
Imani, you mean?
Yeah.
Imani, but yeah.
Imani, yeah. Okay,
You
mispronounced.
said Anthony, man. I don't know Anthony Bates, man.
I said Emily Bates, but
Emily.
Yeah, Imani, yeah. I'm familiar with this game.
Would that be?
He can play, man. He came out. He had a lot of hype earlier, and then obviously situations happen, but. The talent there, scoring talent's there. I think he just needs an opportunity. Get to the right environment. He's talented. He can score basketball. So he's definitely an NBA player, and he's a pro, talent-wise for a long time. It's just, being in that right environment, being in that right culture, the right fit for him, I think will determine, to what level he is able to play in the NBA.
Be interesting.
That's develop his, his size and strength a little more. I mean, obviously, to withstand the rigors of an NBA season, but a lot of guys have to do that. But the scoring talent's there.
Yeah. And we also have our international stash who could be coming over as well. Petrusev is his name. So that's also we got some options. Late seconds in the international stashes. So
or at least a trade chip. Someone put in a trade.
We'll see. I mean,
there's a lot
Teja's going to work, and we'll see what he does with two priorities right now. So we'll see.
Yep.